I don't know why the Europeans like Days and Nights in the Forests so much. I have always tried to understand that. I like it very much myself because this was the film where, for the first time, we could get a glimpse of the mind of the contemporary young man of Calcutta or Bengal, for that matter. The contemporary young man who has sort of lost that sense of being rooted, a feeling of uprootedness prevailing at that time amongst young people searching for their own identity, did not know what to do with themselves or with their time. For instance, there is a very significant scene in the film where these people in that remote forest bungalow are just discussing among themselves whether they are going to shave that day or not. And that actually takes almost 1.5 to 2 minutes of actual film time, denoting that in what vacant state of mind these people are, that they have nothing else to discuss, they have nothing to, talk about. But just about, are you going to shave this morning? Oh, he says, no, I don't think so. Yes, in that case, I also think I won't shave. I mean, such a trivial incident, but it occupies their mind more than anything else. That's a very typical projection of the kind of confused youth that we have seen ourselves, and maybe we were ourselves to an extent like that too. So in that way, bringing these people on the screen, Ray sort of for the first time in Indian cinema projected the real state of young people at the moment. But this alone is probably a symptom of West too. That there are so many confused people looking or searching for their identity and do not know what to do with themselves or with their time or with their energy. Maybe because of that, the Western people find them very recognizable and like the film.
I asked how did Ray leave his original imprint on such a film, because he never went again in such a direction, such an extreme way of handling a story.
Like in Days and Nights in the Forest, I wouldn't agree with you entirely in this, because that film alone is not the example of Ray's handling this kind of subject, because he's the company limited, where the milieu is different, maybe. It's the ambition and, climbing of a executive in a city. But even there, this kind of sense, this sense of rootlessness, this sense of identity crisis is present in this company limited, Shimabotto, and more so in John Warren. In fact, John Warren, you can almost just stretch these one of those characters from Days and Nights in the Forest, and stretching into John Warren, and you will find that this pimp or this agent who deals with supplying girls is nothing but the end product of one of those four characters who were just roaming about in the forest and looking for their identity. In that way, they have a link, I think, and he was at that moment trying to explore the contemporary reality.
Are there some other links between other characters you played in Mr. Wright's films? Do you see some kind of continuous evolution of one same character?
There is occasional sort of semblance of a particular character. For instance, as we discussed previously, that there is always this theme of a human being trying to develop himself, trying to widen his horizon. If we look from that point of view, from that angle, we will find that Apu is extended in a way even through these characters. For instance, the sheer act of these four people coming to the forest is the contemporary version of young man's search for the beauties in nature, you know. But it has changed the context now, and in the company limited in Shimabata also. Ordinarily, what is the other one? Is it a Dhiti? In the Pratidwandi, in that film, again, the Pratidwandi character, the character who rebels against, whose brother rebels against the system, and even the protagonist himself, they are in a way extension of Opu. If Opu would have lived in present times, he could have behaved like this. You can see this thing rolling down through his films and developing through his films. And certainly in Shaka Prashaka, where it almost borders, as you said, pessimism and cynicism, that character can be seen as an extension of that Opu, the eternal, romantic Bengali middle class character.
Could you tell us about that continuous presence in Ray's films of this character that triggers off the process of the quest to a larger truth, like Durga and Pater Panchali, the two women in Days and Nights in the Forest, in a way Amal and Charulata, Ratan and the Postmaster, many more examples in Ray's films.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about this presence, which seems to be a kind of a reflection of Ray?
Well, yes, as I see in Postmaster, this Postmaster is one of the greatest stories written in Bengali literature by Tagore. And this sort of points out the irony of our history with the establishment of Permanent Settlement Act, where the landowners or the landlords were sort of separated from their subjects, from their people, and came to live in city and became absentee landlords. This tragic bifurcation of the dual existence of Indians started. The majority of the population went on living in the villages in almost medieval circumstances, and the rich or the semi-rich started living in the cities and started enjoying the fruits of culture, started enjoying the privileges of education, and the hiatus deepened. You know, there were two kinds of Indians, in fact, living in the city and living in the village. So that thing has shaped our cultural history, and it is epitomized in this postmaster. The man born and brought up in the city comes for work in the village, cannot accept the village life, and the simplicity of this affectionate girl in postmaster, their interaction, and in the end, when the postmaster is no more afraid of the lunatic doing his antics there, or the terrible circumstances that he was apprehending when he first landed there, is no more there, no fear of the village. He is now transferred, as he was desiring, to a better kind of posting, and immediately leaves without any concern for that hurt, broken young girl. You know, I think that is the epitome of historical tragedy put into human terms by Tagore. And this thing was genuinely grasped by Mr. Ray and has been time and again shown in his films, this thing.